New research shows what some moms already know. The more time women spend on mom-focused social media, the more stressed out that they get. Well, a study from Pepperdine University found that moms who go into online spaces where literally thousands of voices are weighing in on their choices became overwhelmed. Researchers suggest it's okay to dabble in online mom groups, but don't dwell there. And those mom groups are just one source of extra stress for women. Sometimes the holiday season can be another. So we also want this time of year to be festive, but for many women, stress and the extra responsibilities during the holiday season can lead to health issues like depression. For some tips and when to look for professional help, we are talking live now with Sarah Bouchard, the Regional Director for Women's Health at Hartford HealthCare. Good morning, Sarah. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. You know, why is this time of year more stressful for women compared to others?
Yeah, so statistically, women tend to feel more stressful around Christmas time. I think as women, we often tend to take on most of the responsibilities for family and friends during this time. And we have this feeling to kind of be perfect and to have this pressure that sometimes we put on ourselves. So, although there's a lot of happy times around the holidays, the holidays can also trigger sadness and feelings of grief as we think about our loved ones who aren't here as well.
You know, we tend to think it's like a Hallmark movie, everybody's life, and we look at these movies and think everything is perfect, but it's not that way.
Yeah, and social media certainly plays into that as well.
Yeah.
You know, people are only posting the stuff that they want you to see, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's reality.
Exactly.
So how does this high stress, how does it affect women's health?
Yeah, so all women experience stress differently, and also, the effects of chronic stress of women also differs. So long-term impacts can include hormonal changes, fluctuations in your weight, but stress really also plays a major part on your heart health and also your gut health. So stress actually can impact the bacteria in your gut, and so 70 to 80% of your immune cells are actually stored in your gut. And so, as we know right now, your immune system is hugely vital as we're noticing an increases of respiratory illness in the community. So it's really important to kind of keep your stress levels in check and do everything you can to protect yourself.
All right, and speaking of keeping everything in check, do you have any tips that can help us manage the stress?
Sure. So, really prioritizing what's most important and setting your limits. And so sometimes it could be financial limits. It could be the amount of social events that you're going to try and get yourself to attend. It also means setting limits on the people who sometimes maybe aren't good for your mental health. So, going into some situations, you might know that that's not a good setup for you. We need to be more okay with protecting kind of our own selves and realizing that it's okay to not get everything done. And I think for most, including myself, it's something that we struggle with. We kind of want to make sure that we can check everything off of that list. And so it's important to kind of prioritize your self-care and kind of take that time out. And sometimes for people that's different. That's a quiet morning cup of coffee. It's getting your daily exercise in, or it's kind of reading your favorite book. So it's really important to prioritize yourself.
Yeah, it sounds like me time is very important.
Self-care, and it falls by the wayside for so many women in particular. And women also fall under the guise as, I can do it, I'll do everything on my own, I can get it done, because we are multitaskers. We just are. We grow babies too, we can do it all. But there comes a time where things can start to fall internally as well. So what are the red flags when you know that a woman needs some help and we can't take it all on our own?
Yeah, so if you're starting to kind of get that overwhelming feeling of I can't do this, or you're kind of starting to have a little mini meltdown or mini freak out session, is there, just to kind of a quick internal self check? So is there anything immediately you can take off of your plate to kind of help with that? And sometimes it's just a quick phone call to your best friend or a family member to kind of vent and talk it through. But if you're still feeling overwhelmed, it's super important that you get help and call your healthcare provider to kind of really set up an appointment to make sure that you're checked out.
Yeah, I see a therapist, Sarah, and it works wonders for me. So I highly recommend it. It's a great resource, and just someone else to talk to out there.
Someone unbiased,
Someone
right?
unbiased,
Yeah.
and they're just, they're going to listen and give you some expert advice as well. So that might be an avenue too.
Yep.
I talk to my mom all the time too, and it's funny, Sarah, as we're talking about this topic as well. She said to me, I was so stressed out because, less than 2 weeks to go until Christmas, and she goes, your kids are going to feel stressed from you being stressed.
Exactly.
So think about them first. If you can't think about yourself first, think about your kids, because that will come off of you and affect them. So that kind of helped me put things in perspective.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Sarah Bouchard, Hartford
so much, guys.
HealthCare's Regional Director for Women's Health. We can't thank you enough. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Thank you, you too. Bye-bye.